Hey y'all, it's KimBoo back with more terminology for the personal projects management method. Today on this video, I'm going to be going over the term live planner. Another one of those terms, kind of like guidepost, if you've watched that video, that elicits a bit of confusion sometimes. It is very specifically used in my system, but it's one of those terms that can mean a lot of different things in practice. And so I thought I'd just give a quick overview, give a quick talk about, what is a life planner and how would you use a life planner and why am I not selling notebooks with live planner emblazoned across the front. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. When I was coming up with PPM method, the thing that I really wanted to make sure that I was able to capture for people as a method was that they would be able to use whatever they want to use with the method. If that confuses you, think about the different tools, as I call them tools, that you use on a daily basis. Your email program, your word processing program, your calendar, your scheduler, the notebook where you write down your ideas. All of these things are tools, and all of these things you can keep using with PPM. I'm not going to ask you to transfer everything over into a brand new system that you have to learn from the bottom up. That's totally not the goal here. But then what does make a life planner? A life planner is specifically what you might call in another system the to-do list. It is the thing that you work off of on a daily basis. I personally do a life planner on a daily basis. I have friends who do life planners on a weekly basis. The thing about life planners is that they're very flexible, prone to change, I think is an important aspect of life planners as opposed to some of the other features like perpetual planners, or like perpetual calendars, which are not supposed to change very often, obviously because they're perpetual, right? We'll get into those in a different video. If you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say perpetual calendars, don't worry, you don't need to know that for this video. We're talking about live planners today. So a live planner is your primary tool for getting things done on a daily basis. What does that look like? What does that mean? Certainly a lot of people have life planners that are their digital calendars. That's totally doable. There's no reason why you can't do that. If you are comfortable using your digital calendar as the thing that keeps you on task and makes you get tasks done because they're on the calendar, then sure, why not? If it's working for you, that's fine with me. That's whatever you want to do. But for me, that doesn't work. I do use a digital calendar. I use a digital calendar to keep track of holidays and of schedule meetings is a big one that I have. I do a group podcast with my friend Gina Hogan Edwards and Melody Scout. We have to schedule certain times and days that we have to do that. So yeah, it's on my calendar. It's on my Google Calendar. If I have doctor's appointments, they're on Google Calendar. Things that you might have on your calendar would be, when school starts for the kids, or holidays, or birthdays, all those things that come up on a calendrical cycle, shall we say. But I don't live there. I live in my live planner, which is actually, I'm gonna pull it up over. I don't know, sure if the camera is gonna be able to see it. Oh, it's just like the standard bullet journal, Bujo. And I just, is it, not sure. There you go. I just do it as a to-do list. Like, I don't get fancy with the bullet journal. Like, you're not seeing washi tape or stickers or pretty drawings. I do not have the patience for that. I do not have the time for that. I've got things like this video to do. I cannot sit around doing that because it's not rewarding for me, so I'm not going to make time to do it. A lot of people it is, and all power to them, they sit there and they make those beautiful journals that I admire, but I don't have the time to do that. I just need a to-do list. But that to-do list, which I showed you, is made up of elements taken from my Google Calendar, my perpetual calendars, and occasionally from the project sheets themselves that I've created. That is my live planner. It is live. It is my go-to. It is my to-do list. And that is what a live planner is. You could use an app for that if you like something like Todoist, or you have just a note-taking app of some kind where you just try to sketch them down. I like my paper planner. The reason I can't live in my beloved digital tools like Google Calendar or Notion, which I really do love Notion a lot, but I love writing things down and scratching them off. Like, y'all, you just don't get it. It's such a high for me when I can go in and I scratch that thing off. I did it. I'm done. It's awesome. I love it. It's fantastic. I have never been able to recreate that feeling, that little endorphin rush of doing that with a digital tool. And I've been trying digital tools since digital tools were a thing in the 90s. So like my first computer had some kind of contact business contact system where you could keep track. I tried to use that for everything, and it's been downhill ever since. Every digital tool I've used as my daily to-do list has failed me. I always go back to the handwritten list. However my brain works, why that is, I don't know, but that's what I do. That is my life planner. It doesn't mean I don't use other tools. And similarly, you may use and live in your Google Calendar or your iCalendar or, wherever. There are many calendars out there to be had. Your Vivaldi calendar, while still using other tools as part of your live planner. I mean, there's just so many permutations. I couldn't possibly cover them all in one video. So for me, it's some people look at how I set up my life planner and they think it's very scattered because, I have my to-do list, I have my Google Calendar, I have my perpetual weekly calendar, I have my perpetual monthly calendar. I've got to look at all these things every morning. But for me, the way my mind works is actually very soothing because I've got these things I can reference, see what I need to do today, write out my little list. It makes me so happy to write out, and then later in the day, cross off the things that I've actually done. And that's all I need to do. The trick is I don't need to go back to my Google Calendar and cross it off. I don't need to go back to my perpetual calendars. I don't need to go fill in a lot of ticky boxes or make reports about what I did today. I'm a solopreneur. I'm answering to myself. There is no boss. There is only me. So I know what I've done. I can look at projects that I'm working on and look at my calendar and know whether the day was a waste or not. Like I don't have to report that to anyone. So that is why the PPM method is so good for solopreneurs and freelancers, because it allows you to free up your time from following through all the little planner things. There's so many planners, and there's some beautiful ones out there, but they have like 5,000 boxes you have to check off on a daily basis. I ain't keeping up with that. I can't do it. I got my to-do list. That's enough. And so that's my life planner. Live planner is whatever you're actually working off of on a day-to-day basis, whether it's digital, analog. Some people actually keep it in their brain. Those miracle children somehow. I don't know how they do it, but there are people who do. They don't need a daily to-do list at all. They've just got a checklist running in their brain. Whew, bigger brains than I got, I tell you, but that's fine. The PPM method does not need you to do it the way I do it. That's not required. Whatever life planner works for you, that's going to work for you. It's one of those things you're going to understand more once you get in and use it. If you have not bought the PPM method toolkit yet, you'll find it at my site. That's the link to my site right there at the edge of the card. Although I do have links in the show notes on YouTube. So visit me there, www.task-mistress.com. Very important you remember the dash for many, many reasons. visit me there, see some of my other toolkits, but the PPM toolkit is there, comes with worksheets, instructions, everything you need to know. And if you don't understand anything that you read in there, you can come back to the YouTube channel and rewatch these videos if you've already watched them without buying the book. I'm not sure why you would do that, but yeah, so I'm sure somebody's going to. So thanks for going with this journal. It's late. I am done with my day. This is like the last thing on my little to-do list. So I'm signing off. I'm gonna go take my snoring dog and wake her up. She'll be annoyed at me, take her for a walk, and that will be that. My day will be done. It'll be great. So thanks for joining me on this journey. I will talk to you again soon. Thanks, y'all.